tell us the former president is expected to arrive here in the next 45 minutes to an hour. Think about it, they really haven't been able to have any sense of closure. It's right here at this intersection that Glover was hit and killed. Social media has given us the ability to give real-time reviews, but it was active all throughout the day. You can take a look at some video there of that rally that was held earlier. This affordable housing project where shipping containers were turned into homes was completed in just 4 months. These drones are able to fly to an active 911 call in a matter of 45 seconds to 2 minutes. John Young, the city council member that's pushing for this legislation, was inspired by just that. Now, this is still in its early stages, but he says it's aimed to make our city safer and to help fight crime. Matt Garbett is with Threat Atlanta, a grassroots nonprofit involved in public policies.
When winter comes here, I have to get out this is a balaclava, which, covers my ears and nose.
Marcus Mackey is a barber at the Cleveland Avenue Barbershop in South Atlanta.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna tell them to take it off in the barbershop because, like I say, even though we're familiar with everybody in the community, we want the people, to feel safe.
That's their reaction on a new proposal making its way through City Council that would ban anyone from wearing ski masks in public.
Letting you know this is about making people safer.
The ordinance was authored by Councilmember Antonio Lewis.
What we're talking about is right now with the pool shots, the ski mask, the crime done went up to another different level.
The proposal would prohibit face coverings that conceal someone's identity, including hoodies, ski masks, and cloth coverings.
You have the mask with your eyes only showing and your mouth showing. I don't want to see you in that anymore. Nephew.
There are exceptions for religion, work, and holidays, as well as COVID-19 protections. It follows similar measures recently passed in Philadelphia, all to help fight crime.
I saw some really good legislation in Philadelphia. I saw a way we could change it and alter it in Atlanta.
While some aren't sold on the enforcement.
How do you determine who to confront? Oh, you're wearing a mask.
Others feel it's a step in the right direction.
We got 5 or 6 guys skied up because, realistically, we don't know if they're cold or if they're trying to take the vehicle.
Now, there was a similar state law that was on the books suspended during the pandemic. We are working with the governor's office to find out if, in fact, that still is the case. Meanwhile, this proposal is set to be voted on next Monday. We're live at Atlanta City Hall tonight. Brittany Ford, Atlanta News First. In melody and harmony.
My joy.
This is 76-year-old Melvin Amos's Happy Place.
I love to play. I'm a music director. I teach voice. I've been doing it forever.
When he's not behind the keys, he's behind the wheel.
I work from 7 to 8 in the morning, 5 days a week.
As a beloved bus driver for an after-school program in Lafayette.
School starts back, and I'm back on the job again.
But Amos's life most recently came to a screeching halt.
My sugar was like 500 and something. My A1C was 14.
Living with type 2 diabetes, he fell off with care, hindering his lifestyle.
I wasn't feeling myself.
A bold decision to walk through the doors at Oak Street Health's Riverdale Center.
Hi, Mr. Melvin.
Is where he met Dr. Susan Clark.
The first step, I would tell my patients, don't be scared.
Black adults in the U.S. are 60% more likely than white adults to be diagnosed with diabetes. Clark working to break the stigma within the Black community to seek out care before it's too late.
Finding it early helps save lives.
With a little tough love.
It's all about moderation.
And accountability.
How are your sugars been doing?
Amos is Amos again.
This is the best I've felt in a long time. I'm good.
A smiling face at the bus stop. A bold voice behind the keys with a new appreciation for life.
Take time to go get yourself checked out. Even though you feel good, a lot of good things ain't going on good inside you. And you never know that unless you go get a great bill of health.
Brittany Ford, Atlanta News First. 501 Auburn Avenue is an address that draws people from all over the world to Atlanta.
To imagine that he was really living in it.
For the experience of walking through the childhood home of one of the greatest civil rights leaders of all time.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty! We are free at last!
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
So when people walk through this house, they actually walking back into time. They walking back to 1930s because everything is preserved. But this is the room that they call the birth room.
A chance to see inside the historic two-story Queen Anne style home.
And people come from all over just to see where Dr. King was born because his impact is universal.
Will be off limits for the next 2 years.
We've been in the works of trying to figure out how we're going to stabilize the structure and fix the structure.
Marty Smith with the National Park Service says the home purchased in 1909 by King's grandparents is undergoing long overdue rehabilitation work.
We've been coming in doing work
to ensure it's structurally sound.
They're going to put the foundation, put this area on cement.
And the home, still filled with character, will be completely emptied out as a part of this major facelift. Some of these items that have been here since Dr. King called it home.
So that's the piano that Dr. King played on. That's the original piano. So Monopoly was actually Dr. King's favorite game.
Preserving what will be experienced and admired by generations to come.
I think it's great to see a piece of history.
In Sweet Auburn, Brittany Ford, Atlanta News First.